Hey guys, welcome to Technibility, your source for no-nonsense tech. We got the newly released Apple iPhone 12 Pro, and we got last year's Google Pixel 4 XL. Both of their respective high-end devices. We're going to get into both of them in just a quick second, but first I want to give a shout out to Circle 7 Media. That's at Circle, the number 7 Media. That's my good friend Brett. Also, aka the Hood Tech Man. If you guys don't know, we're the originators of this phone game. I'm not taking credit for that. I'm giving all that to Brett. Again, at Circle 7 Media, he's letting me use his equipment in his studio, and I'm very grateful for that. So, let's go ahead and get right into the phones. Again, we have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, or excuse me, just the regular iPhone 12 Pro. It's kind of confusing these days. And then we got the Google Pixel 4 XL. So, you may be in the market for one of these phones. You may be an Android user who's looking to switch over to the iPhone, and it's rare, but you may be an iPhone user who's looking to switch over to Android. They both have their perks, they both have their benefits, but before I get into that, we'll go ahead and just showcase both of the phones in terms of their hardware. So you can see the iPhone is a slightly bit thicker, or it looks like it's slightly bit thicker, but it's actually not. It's just ever so slightly thinner. It's a smaller device. It's 6.1-inch screen. The Pixel has a 6.3-inch screen, and it also has more bezel around the top and the bottom. For whatever reason, they just made a phone that had more bezel than the 3XL. But you could see it's vastly different in terms of build quality. The Pixel is a nice phone. It has a glass back. Okay, you have the camera lens, but it's just kind of feels cheap. All right, and it's got a plastic bezel or rubbery bezel, which is nice enough, but this is prone to damage. This is prone to scratching. I mean, you could ding this anywhere and it's prone to damage. The iPhone, on the other hand, is a very premium device. The build quality is phenomenal. It's all metal, fingerprint magnet for sure. The back is glass. You have this beautiful 6.1-inch flat Retina LED display. Also has the ceramic coating, so it's harder to crack, but it's just a very nice phone. It's a fashion accessory for a lot of people, and I've mentioned this, it's also a vanity thing where people want to take pictures with their 3 camera lenses in front of a mirror for their selfies, but it is definitely a quality device. So just in terms of hardware, look, both of these phones are going to get the job done for you. If you're someone who's on social media, if you're someone who's you want to unify your devices, if you're a Google user and you have a bunch of Google devices, if you're an iPhone user and you have a bunch of iOS devices, then they're going to work for you. They're going to work well. They do the same thing basically, but there are a few minor differences, and let me explain. So the Pixel, believe it or not, has a 120 Hertz display. What that means is that the transitions are smooth as butter. You can see everything is very smooth. Everything's immediate to my touch. I could exit out of apps. I could enter into apps. If I go to YouTube, and if you have YouTube Premium, this is a feature that you get. Here, we'll open a Kobe clip, for example. So I close out of this. It'll minimize it here for me. All right, you can't say the same about the iPhone, unfortunately. The iPhone, on the other hand, if I play a video on YouTube, feels great. Compare the audio.
Mavericks have not been a great road team this year. Popular person, I love stop when you got that abortion. First mistake I made in my life.
Shout out to Ali Salam. Check him out, Ali Salam Vivo there at YouTube. The audio is definitely louder and a bit more crisp on the iPhone. Again, it's just because of unification. Google, on the other hand, has to get third-party manufacturers to make the hardware for their phone. Apple makes Apple's hardware, so the software and the unification is absolutely seamless. That's why the software, iOS, has pretty much been the same for years. I mean, they'll do minor differences here. They'll add minor things like the Apple library folders and widgets and whatnot, which you can get into any iOS 14 review. But Android has always had these features since day one. They've improved on them, but for whatever reason, they can never quite get it as fluid and I don't know, as good as it is on iOS, if you want me to be completely honest. That doesn't mean that the Pixel isn't a great tool for productivity. It's a phenomenal productivity tool. It's a great multitasking device. It's fast, and it costs less than half what this costs. You can buy one of these right now, third party, in mint condition, for $400, if not less. This was last year's flagship for Google, and they discontinue them every year, which is so upsetting. They discontinue them, and then this year they release a 5, which is essentially a mid-range device. So, you know, I know they updated and they continue sending immediate updates, which is great. If you're an Android purist like I am, then you want those immediate updates. You don't want to have to root the phone to get them. So that's nice, but it's disconcerting, or it's disheartening when they just completely disregard their hardware, which is what they've done this time around as well with the 4. All right, and here you could see the settings for the iPhone. You got iOS 14.1. Of course, you have a warranty on it. It has a pretty good battery, close to 3,000 milliamp. It's about 2,800 milliamp. I'm not too familiar with how well the battery is yet because I have only had it for a day. The Pixel has great battery life. Great, absolutely phenomenal battery life. No matter how much I listen to music, watch videos, browse the web, hit up my social media, this thing is still alive and well. Can't say the same for my XS, which has strange battery life, but we'll see how it is on the 12 Pro in due time. So here you can see when I'm opening and closing out of apps, in terms of comparison for speed, okay, they're almost identical in just the gestures and everything of that nature. You can see the cameras here. All right, sorry about the angle there. It's a bit more clear. They both record in 4K, 60 frames. It's a bit more clear on the iPhone. It usually is. Both of them are at 100% brightness, and of course you have the ability to record video and do all that. You know, it's just a bit more seamless here with the iPhone. What I mean by that is the experience is a bit more seamless. So if you're trying to text a photo to someone through iMessenger and things of that nature, it's very easy to do with iOS. Now, Android gives you that option too with Messenger and Google Duo and things of that nature, so you could video chat without feeling left out. With other Android users, you can text them in the same manner that you would with iMessenger. So for those of you who feel like it's Apple or bust, you'd be hard-pressed not to feel somewhat at home with the Google Pixel. If you don't want bloatware and things of that nature, you don't need a bunch of random apps, then the Pixel would be a great tool for you. It's almost eerie, though, how much this predicts your life for you without you even having to do anything, setting reminders and things of that nature of things that it assumes you're going to do, but seems to always get right. Okay, if we were to just go into both Google Maps. So both of them are very zippy. You know, actually, as a matter of fact, they're almost identical in their speed. I mean, it's phenomenal. Although, again, this has a 60 hertz display. This has got a 120, so technically speaking, this has a more fluid display. But in real-life use, I think you're probably going to feel a little bit more at home with the responsiveness of the iPhone. The keyboard, everything just clicks perfectly. Of course, it's very easy and quick to do anything, whether you're using Apple Pay to pay for something, to scan your phone, to wirelessly charge your phone. Just the equipment that they give you to add on to the device makes it more appealing in general. It's not like you could walk into any corner store and get accessories for a Pixel 4, right? But you could do that with the iPhone. You can go to a gas station or a 7-Eleven and there's accessories there for you. Hey, I need a case. Hey, I need a charger. Well, there you go at 7-Eleven. But then you go and ask them, hey, do you have anything for the Pixel 4 XL? The guy's going to look at you funny. He's probably going to want you to eventually leave his store. So both of them have pretty much the same app libraries. So whatever you get here, you're going to get here for the most part. If you're a social media person, you're going to have the ability to be on. And in terms of camera quality, I do want to mention this, and I'll get into another video where I go in depth into the camera quality of both phones. But the Pixel's camera is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's a little slower to render videos or to edit videos after you've recorded them than the iPhone. You know, the iPhone is seamless in that regard. Like, I can shoot a video, right, like here. I can shoot a quick, I don't know, 3-second video, right? Stop. All right, so go to my video. Boom, boom, boom. Edit it. Done. Save video. And then if I want, I can text that out, do whatever I need to do. But that was quick. With the Pixel, just in, showing you in comparison, if I'm shooting a 3-second video here, and this is running the latest iteration of Android, just in case you're wondering. All right, so here we are. So now I'm going to want to edit it. Okay, see, it's just not as it's not as smooth, if that makes any sense. I know it's like an extra second difference, but people care about these things these days, and I've always been a speed freak when it comes to my phone. So look, it's saving the video. It's got to save it twice. Saved. Okay, now you got to go find it and share it with your social media. Again, it's first world problems, but if you are in the market or you're concerned with one OS over the other, or you're interested in one OS over the other, know these things are an actual issue. I mean, you have the notification drawer, obviously. You got the notifications that pop up there. You can always adjust that and turn off notifications if you go into the settings and then just go into apps and notifications, see all apps and turn off the ones you don't want. You could do the same thing with iOS, of course, if you go into settings and then I believe it's they keep moving their notifications, so excuse me if it takes me a second to find this. There you go, notifications, and then you can remove whatever you want. So yeah, very similar, except of course for a lot of apps the settings for those apps are in the actual system settings. For Android phones, the apps settings are generally located inside that specific app. So it's a difference in philosophy, I suppose. But then again, Android is an open source platform, iOS isn't, so you get what they give you with this. Without delving too much deeper into it, which one do I think is better? That's kind of hard to determine because the thing is that the iPhone 12 Pro is a grand starting for a 128GB model. You can buy a fairly mint condition or fairly good condition Pixel 4 XL on eBay or OfferUp for somewhere close to the range of $400 unlocked. So it's literally less than half the price, and you pretty much get all the same quirks and features that you get with the 12. You're not going to get the same attention from people as you would with the iPhone. People are going to look at the iPhone if you're a guy, and you're going to be going out with some girl. If she sees that your text messages are green, then she may not respond to you. So that's an actual legitimate thing that people are concerned with, rightfully so. iMessenger kind of does have that strap hold on people and what they can and cannot do in terms of text messaging. But if you don't care, you want to save money, and you want something that's going to be just as productive, just as solid, just as good as a camera, just as good of a camera, and experience overall, then this might be a better bang for your buck. But if you're someone who wants the latest and greatest, the best on the market, the one that everyone's going to look at and say, ooh, what is that? That's what I want. Then this is the phone for you. That would be the iPhone 12 Pro. So both have their pluses. I don't think that either of them have that many minuses, so I'm not going to even say that they have minuses. But there you go. That's my comparison between these two phones. If you guys want an in-depth camera comparison, I will be shooting video and photos and posting those in a later video, so stay tuned. Otherwise, that's the Pixel 4 XL. You got the iPhone 12 Pro. I am Bearjet Technibility. Shout out to Circle 7 Media for letting me use their studio and equipment. Shout out to my boy Hood Tech Man, Brett. Thank you, sir. And that's pretty much that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.